Welcome to the Positive Pants Podcast. Mindset, motivation, and inspiration to help you find your positive pants. It's time to let go of negative thinking, understand why you do what you do, and stop the self-sabotage with your host, Fran Excel.
Welcome to the show. As always, it's Fran Excel, your resident subconscious success mentor, helping you find your very own pair of positive pants so you can get out of your own way and live a life that you love. If you want to stop sabotaging your own success and let go of the stress, then you are in the right place, my friend. Make sure you download your free Stressed to Success guided meditation at bit.ly/stressed to success as my little gift to you for being here. Please do subscribe, share, review. It really, really helps people that need to hear this message find us, and I so appreciate it. In the show notes, you will also find details of how you can work with me and where you can get your mitts on my meditations, products, and printables. You can also find it through the link in my bio on Instagram, which is my second favorite place to hang out. So please do come join me over there at I'm Fran Excel. Tag me in your takeaways, slide into my DMs. I am here for it. So that is the formalities over, my love. So let's jump into the content. When we have so many mindset gremlins running wild and having a party in our heads, how do you make sure that you don't stop before you start? Last week, the tech gremlins were wreaking havoc with me, but it ended up being a really good thing because I got the opportunity to show lots of people that tech happens. Things can and will go wrong all the time in your business. But the thing that stops people is the fear of it happening in the first place without realizing that they're the ones in control of how they react to it. And there's a couple of little unconscious things that we need to get a hold of before we can make sure this doesn't happen to us. Because the thing happening isn't actually the scary part. The scary part is what we unconsciously make that mean about us. That's the scary part of most things in business and in life, let's be honest. And if this happens, then that happens. That mentality. How many times have you created a story around something like that? If the tech goes wrong, then X, Y, and Z happen. When you don't have awareness to this, you can't challenge it. So it stays as a fact. Running the show. So here's a few things that happened to me last week. I must add, for context, if you don't already know this about me, I'm a complete technophobe. Held me back for years before I found the right person to help me with it. And that's not strictly fair because actually once I've learned, I'm pretty good, but the learning piece for me is excruciating as I stay consciously incompetent for far longer when it comes to tech than any other area of my life. So far longer than I'd like, but I'm aware of it. So now I outsource pretty much all of my tech, which makes me very happy indeed. So first up, my email system went haywire and wouldn't let me send my Wednesday email to my list. Every week, they get my little nuggets of wisdom into their inboxes. And last week, computer literally said no. I was trying to create it, and it was doing this weird thing where you couldn't type into the body of the email, and you also couldn't type into the help chat box. A nightmare for a technophobe. So I just want you to take a second to think about how you'd feel and what you'd do in that moment. Yeah. We're hammered with consistency is key a lot in the online business world. So, and to an extent it is true, but if you miss an email or you miss an episode, there won't be a revolt. People might wonder where it is. Some people might not notice, but it doesn't mean that everyone is going to unfollow you. You won't have a business anymore and you'll be dead to them. It doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't mean this is the end of your business. It doesn't mean anything other than you didn't get an email or an episode or an Instagram post out, right? I still don't know if it will let me send an email this week, but really, what can I do? Yeah, I can let people know. And I did that on my Instagram stories, and I can bring them along the frustrating journey with me and make it more of a kind of like a, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. You know, I can see the funny side and let them laugh with me at the ridiculousness of a technophobe not being able to do the most basic of things and send an email. You know, sitting there and wondering if I'd pressed a button on my laptop or I'd locked something out by accident. And guess what? By talking about it in my stories, one of my lovely audience members messaged me and said, "Are you with XYZ CRM software?" Which I was. And she said, "I'm in a group and loads of other people are talking about the same thing." Cue instant relief. It wasn't me. It was a bug in the system, which happens. Yeah, and I've now joined that helpful group so I can go there next time and see if it's just me. Before panicking about anything, I'm always talking about this, the mental checklist that you go through before you decide it's anything to do with you in all areas of life. So don't let something paralyze you or allow you to make up a negative story in your head that just isn't true. If something happens, ask yourself, what could I do right now that could help me figure this out? Because we've got to remember that when we're in a stressful moment, our amygdala takes over, literally switches off the prefrontal cortex, which is where we make decisions, choices, consciousness, all of that stuff. It switches off. So we've got to get that back. But tech is such a biggie that holds people back. But if I can do it, you can do it, I promise. Don't let it intimidate you. There are courses, memberships, communities for all the softwares out there. There are also usually amazing step-by-step, click along with me tutorials on YouTube for free. Just make sure you type in the year so you don't get one that's outdated. Yeah. Plus, eventually, you can outsource it. Yay! There is a steep learning curve when it comes to business, particularly around the tech and what tech to choose. But this is why you kind of have those communities to help you make the right decisions. This is why you hire coaches or join memberships or courses that are going to teach you this stuff, because it's so difficult to do on your own. Yeah, there's a steep learning curve, but you won't stay there forever. The other tech gremlin I had is one that would have sent fear of God into many. Facey B was playing silly beggars while I was live to 1,200 people. And I'm so glad it happened. And let me tell you why. So I'm the mindset mentor inside Lisa Johnson's one-to-many program, if you didn't know. And every Thursday, I put in a post to see what gremlins are bothering people and how I can help. And then I'm supposed to go live and kind of go through all the questions. I write it all down on my profesh post-it notes. And I sit there and I kind of go through, because I can pick out the common threads. And I know all the ways around it. My specialism is this. It sounds pretty simple, right? Just go live and answer the questions. Yeah, it is. When Facey B isn't being glitchy. So there I am, mid-flow, nothing going wrong my side, all seems good, getting into my vibe, and I see all these messages popping up saying the video keeps pausing. And it's doing it for some people, but not for all. And I look at my internet connection, full bars, all good. So what the fudge is going on? So I just keep chatting. And then I keep saying, people going, yeah, no, it's fine now, all good. And then going, no, it's pausing. But I continue and it happens again. So now I've got two choices. It's clearly doing something. Yeah, I can totally abandon ship or I can improvise. So I stopped the live and I said, right, hold fire, guys. I'm just going to message Lisa. Stay there. Stay in the group. And I messaged Lisa and said, are you okay if I post a Zoom link? Because Facey B is not playing ball. She said, yes. So that's what I did. Funnily enough, no glitches, no pauses, totally fine. And now it's up in their members area for everybody to see. No harm, no foul. But it was great that happened, because there are so many people in there who fear tech, who fear things like exactly that going wrong. So they had the opportunity to see exactly how I handled it. And then it really wasn't that bad. Yeah, that you can laugh about it with the audience together, and can actually create more relatability and create more of a bond, because the tech isn't going to be perfect. It's just not. Things are going to go wrong. And one person actually said, I loved seeing how you handled that, because I didn't think any of the things that I assumed my audience would if it happened to me. I mean, what a gift is that? Allow my fudge ups. Well, it wasn't even my fudge up, it was a Facey B fudge up, but allow being able to be witness to things going wrong and it not being the end of the world, right? And this is also why I encourage you to find safe spaces that you can practice, and think about what you do if the tech doesn't play ball. Think about it in advance. It's not about planning for the worst case scenario. It's like, what would I do if this happened? Okay, cool. What would I do if that happened? Cool. It's about being prepared. That's different. So if you're listening and feeling like the tech or things going wrong is what's holding you back, go a little deeper with that, because it's never just about that thing. I know the tech's intimidating, but what are the assumptions you're projecting onto your audience? Yeah. What are the, if the glitches were happening to you, what story are you telling yourself around that, and what would actually happen? What are you making that mean about your business and about you? Yeah. Sometimes it can be really simple things actually that are holding us back, that if we dig a little bit deeper, we can find the real reason, and we can actually work around that quickly just by finding another way to look at things. Yeah. So don't keep these things in your unconscious mind and let them rule the show. Get curious so you can challenge them. And I really hope that if you've been struggling with this at all, that it inspires you to just take a leap of faith and give it a go, because you're way more capable than you're giving yourself credit for.
So if you got value from this, and you know in your gut that now is the time to step up and start rewiring your thinking and start changing things for yourself, then book in a free discovery call so we can work out what needs to happen to get you from where you're at right now to the action-taking success you know you can be. If you want my eyes and ears on your problems, then I work with people one-on-one and through my programs. You can find all the details to book in a call in the show notes, the link in my bio on Instagram, and on my website, franexcel.com. So stop waiting for if and when, and choose to change things now, because you 100% can. I am here to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. And as always, I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you next week. Bye.